Our second thing worked. No, I didn't do that. I just like restarted again, and then it was like, yeah, we'll work this time. Your power cycling idea scared me because I didn't understand it. It confused me and made me angry. But that's a high sky. Might be getting close to time for a new computer. Heck, man, but that costs money. I think it might have to do with the Street Fighter 6 update. Because I paused that update and things started running smoother. And before, when I was trying to do other stuff while it was updating, I hit pause, but it didn't actually start pausing yet. Like, it was still downloading the update because it wasn't listening to me. But now that it's actually paused, it seems to be working fine. So maybe it has something to do with Street Fighter 6 because the new update made everybody mad. Technical problems? Yeah. The computer was melting. In response, I throw up. Ugh. Hello, fish. I'm playing my Katana game too, just like you did. I once spent learning how to count in Japanese and discussing the bullshit that is Fate's magic system. Oh, lovely. I watched some stuff and I did a little bit of research. I say it's pretty much just Google. So I could find out as much about Metal Gear Solid Rising as I could. And I think I did. I don't think there's any more information about Metal Gear Solid Rising out there. Which, yeah, granted, there's not a lot to begin with. Like, there's not a whole lot of info on it. So, like, it was difficult. But I'm excited to talk about it. Well, like, again, there's not much to talk about. For example, the fewer people who understand a concept, the more powerful that thing is. That's why the science. This is why science looked like magic when no one knew how it worked. Oh, what? Interesting, interesting. I'm giving it a second for. I guess we've already seen this game. I don't have to go through and see the plot, but I'll talk about Metal Gear Solid later when more people shuffle in here. I am really late though, so some people might have already like disappeared from the lifeline. Also, is this game like louder? Oops, didn't mean to do that. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Gotta familiarize myself with the controls again. It's been a whole week, man. I don't remember how to play. I do remember that last fight being kind of brutal from fighting the alligator things. I forgot what they're called.
Heavy UG activity ahead. It is possible they are conducting test operations while the lab is closed.
They're not going to make it easy to get into that lab. Is there some way you could sneak past?
This? Wow, I just never looked over here, I guess. Alright, Oh god, they want me to use the couple bucks.
It's a box. How's that gonna help? Oh, it's for medical supplies. That could work, actually.
I never knew the sombrero sits on top of the box. That's awesome. This is a good time to do coded calls, I think.
Boris, we've got kids being held inside this lab. I'm getting them out of there.
Copy that. I will discuss with NGO what to do with them afterward.
What are you thinking?
Well, this is difficult. I imagine these are homeless children, taken from streets. Likely they have no home to return to. But we cannot dump them back on streets. We could look for adoptions in US, but some of these kids may be criminals. Could be drug addicts, HIV positive. Not so
What?
easy to find homes.
How's a kid gonna have that?
Wasn't easy for me either. The guys at the relief center were always worried I'd cause problems for my foster family.
The alternative is putting them in an institution until they grow up. But this has issues as well.
Needle
Most
sharing?
are already
Oh.
past capacity. Taking on this many street kids at one time would be impossible. Also, it's a matter of fairness. Is it fair to take in these kids here when millions more are dying? I imagine this is why rescue was not part of our contracted mission. The human rights NGOs, they know they can't rescue them all.
Parents who had it. Wait,
They
what?
must take a wide view
Does it work
and
that way?
confront the problem of
I didn't know
traffickers,
that, actually.
not their victims.
Well, we can't just sit here and let them pull kids to pieces.
Duh. On this, we agree. For now, rescue the children. We'll worry about the fallout later.
Copy that.
Fallout reference. Woo!
Raiden, I said earlier this is an infiltration mission. But if it comes to combat when rescuing the children, so be it. If enemy cyborgs attack, you are free to respond with all available force.
I figured.
Attacking first, that would be a gray area, legally speaking. But I doubt anyone would take us to court over it.
Yeah, I doubt it too.
Just keep your hands off all non-combatants. That would violate international law, not to mention morals of company.
I hear you.
Repair transmission rates are less than 1%, but at an improv zone, like with high infection rates. That I never knew that it worked that way. Holy shit!
How are things
That's
back
crazy.
in Abkhazia?
Thanks to the full efforts of the workers, power was restored in just 2 days. Only the power plant is back online, though. Refinery itself will likely be out of service for months. Fuel sent from Supsa is being used to power the plant for now.
Hello,
Just wish I
Infinity.
could have stopped him.
Impossible without a sniper. And in our focus on anti-cyborg combat, we were unprepared. Thankfully, other than financial losses, few Abkhaz citizens were seriously affected. The plant workers had already been evacuated, and most were hired back on to rebuild refinery. We received payment and are not being blamed for the suicide
Raiden's
blast.
gravelly voice is so good.
Good to hear.
Yeah,
It
he's
should
like
go a long way to
in-universe
help fix our
impersonating Snake.
reputation.
Duh. And even more good news. Desperado is down one of its top captains.
Let's hope they learned a lesson.
We can hope, but it is doubtful. We still do not know who is supporting them. Even if we shut Desperado down entirely, their backers could simply hire some other PMC.
Whoever it is, you really think they're interested in the pipeline? Who'd benefit besides the Georgians?
Hard to say. Whatever the plan was, it went up in flames with Dulcayev's suicide. The problem is that there are countless
killed
companies and
himself?
governments profiting off the BTC pipeline. Whoever is behind it, they may be too big for a simple security firm like us to do anything.
Yeah, one thing we do know, though, is that Sundowner's more than just a pawn in all of this. We need to watch him. Trafficking or not, we need to stop their operation here.
Find the evidence, and perhaps we can do that. And Tovarich, be careful.
Tovarich? My name's Raiden, stupid.
Have you ever worked with this client of ours before?
Duh. Several active human rights groups engage in non-violent interventions like this one. Typically, they hire firms like ours to provide security and backup. Most serious human rights abuses take place in unstable regions, after all. Legitimate human rights groups, not fakes set up by oil firm or such things, they cannot handle it.
Yeah. It's different for
That's
private
great oil
groups working in
firms, dude.
hostel regions.
Oil firms
Especially when
piss
some
me
of that
off.
hostility comes from the local authorities.
Indeed. NGOs and security firms play a greater role in peacekeeping, too. You know, DDR business. Disarmament, demobilization, reintegration. Like the UN runs it. Usually, carrying weapons is not permitted for the group involved, for obvious reasons.
So outfits like ours run guard duty. If the locals don't like armed peacekeepers, then they pretend to be unarmed observers instead.
Duh. It's beneficial for the client if the locals are aware of the firepower backing them, though. I've drank tea with the sort of people my company would normally be pushing back with the butts of our rifles. It's very different from usual. More direct sort of security work, especially at beginning. But I got used to it. Less danger of unexpected conflict, and the pay is pretty good. We've built a good reputation for this kind of work. This is why NGO hired us for this job. Raiden, I said earlier this is an infiltration mission. But if it comes to combat when rescuing the children, so if attack, but just that would...
Is that all he says now?
Raiden, if attack, but just that would...
Miss Troll mentioned someone from her past. Any idea who that could have been?
None. I checked her file again, couldn't find a thing. Definitely not Dolzaev. Probably not Sundowner either.
No. The way she put it, it didn't sound like anyone I've encountered so far. Maybe someone involved in backing Desperado.
If so, sounds like they're providing more than just financing. Maybe they share the same philosophy.
That'd be bad. People willing to die for their leaders aren't so easy to predict.
Yeah, but other than the wins, Desperado's cyborgs are all just hired contractors. They're probably emotion suppressed with nanos or drugs or whatever, but that's about it.
You're probably right.
Yeah. Kevin's always probably right.
You know, I've never really developed a taste for climbing through sewers. And Guadalajaras aren't exactly wowing me either. This place isn't gonna go up in flames, right? I think I saw something about that in the briefing.
You're talking about 1992? What a mess. Over 200 people killed. That was almost a half-century ago, though. You smell anything off? Before the explosions, residents complained they smelled gas from the sewers.
I'm in a sewer, Kev. You think I've got my smell receptors on? Local air analysis doesn't show anything potentially poisonous or explosive, though.
Well, you ought to be fine then. Besides, little gas explosion's probably not going to kill someone like you.
Well, that's very encouraging. Seriously, though, Guadalajara is not a bad place. At least from what I've seen.
Oh, it's not. Second largest city in Mexico, after all. I've actually spent a lot of time down there. It's got a lot of charm. The architecture is a fusion of Latin and old colonial Spanish culture. The city's historic district is home to a massive cathedral overlooking the whole town.
Wait.
It's always bustling. It's a lot of fun just kicking back and watching the locals. Walking around the Libertad, taking in the sun with a cerveza in one hand, mariachi band nearby. No better way to spend a weekend, let me tell you.
If this PMC thing doesn't work out, you'd make one hell of a tour guide. Meanwhile, I'm down in this dark, filthy, humid, cramped sewer.
Also, if you ask me, the girls over there are the hottest in all of Mexico.
Okay,
You wouldn't believe some of the chicas I've chatted up. On the street, in the shopping malls, at the bars.
Sounds like better company than a robo-wolf and a bunch of plague-ridden mice.
Well, hang in there.
God,
I'll
can
buy
you
you
say
a
a
shot of
prayer
tequila
for the
after we
victims of
wrap
the
this
plague,
up.
please?
The city of Tequila's not far, actually. That's where it originated.
I'll take you up on that. Now let's get this over with.
Fucking love that bit in Slightly Friends. It was so funny.
Hey, Kev, let me ask you something.
What's up? We've been over pretty much all the...
No. Those girls in Guadalajara, you never told me what happened.
Jeez, man, we're in the middle of a mission here.
So they used you for free drinks and then took off, I take it, huh?
Well, they weren't really my type. I'm more of an intellectual, you know? I don't go for just any random girl at a bar. Looks are one thing, but I need someone I can talk to. Someone fun but clever with a good sense of humor.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Look, Kev, you're in your 30s now. It's time to stop holding out
Whoa.
for Little Miss Perfect. You just need to find someone nice. You know, settle down, start a family.
Okay, Mom. Okay.
Laugh all you want, Kev, but having kids will change your life. I can't see him all the time with work and all. But whenever I'm back home, he's always so excited to see me. When I see that, I feel like, you know, I want to do whatever I can to keep him happy.
Sure, I hear you. But look, man, I was just having some fun in Mexico. Wasn't seriously searching for a wife or anything.
I know, but separate from that, I just think you've gotten too damn picky. I can understand trying to find the ideal woman when you're young, but you know what? It's those little imperfections, those idiosyncrasies that keep things interesting in the long run. You come to appreciate that kind of stuff in a lifetime relationship.
Idiosyncrasies, huh? Like if she snores or she talks loud during movies?
Well, not if she talks during movies. A man's gotta have some standards.
Alright, here's what I know about Metal Gear Rising. I feel like we've waited enough so we can talk about this. I watched a couple videos, I saw a couple documentaries on it, and from what I gathered of the gist of like, the development is that they didn't really have a plan. Like, apparently Kojima was excited for it because he was really like excited about the whole passing of the torch thing. Or he like referenced it as he was like Snake passing the torch on to Raiden, and he got a new director for Metal Gear Solid Rising. It wasn't gonna be him. He wasn't gonna be involved in it at all. He wanted like the new young bloods to take over. Right? He was excited for that because I by Metal Gear 4, he was pretty solidly done with Metal Gear. He didn't want to make it anymore. 4 was the end, but he was fine with letting other people take the reins and take the series into a different direction. And they came up with the concept of cut and take and the story of Raiden saving Sonny from the Patriots and all that stuff. That was the whole like proof of concept they had going. And we only got like 2 tech demos, which was the ones we've seen trailers of. And they had that whole like cut everything mechanic going on, which is a really cool concept. But the second time we got a play test or like a tech demo, it was kind of just more of that. And they showed off some of the combat where it kind of felt very disjointed, where Raiden has like one chain of animations, which is just like the one combo looping over and over. And he's not like tethered to any of the enemies. He's kind of just swinging like that scene in The Simpsons where he goes, I'm going to start swinging my arms. If you run into it, it's your fault. That's kind of what it looks like. And the enemies are kind of just shooting at him, but they're not really doing anything. You could be like, well, this is still like early on, in development. They would have time to like, figure it out and stuff. But the problem is that they didn't like really have an idea of where to take the game. They just kind of like, it would be cool if we cut everything and we're going to make the story edgy. Or not edgy, but it was going to be darker. I mean, it's from the one cutscene that got leaked, because apparently the opening of the game, not animated or anything, but an anonymous employee that worked on it, a developer, leaked what the script had for the opening, and it sounds pretty edgy. I was interested, but it sounded pretty edgy. But overall, the big problem with Metal Gear Solid Rising is they just really didn't have an idea for what to actually do with it. This led to Kojima and the new director, whose name I don't know. They bickered a lot, and they kind of disagreed on a lot of things that they were gonna he wanted to do and stuff that he couldn't do. And in the end, Kojima was like, the game hasn't made any progress, and it has no direction because it has a weak director. Like, the director is not like grouping everybody together and like leading them, and the director was like, kinda, yeah. He didn't really argue against that. So they ended up giving it to Platinum later to finish it and doing something else entirely. But this I think the script for it leaked like maybe 2 years ago. Not the script, but the opening of it. And I say leak, but it was just what a developer told somebody in like an email or something. But supposedly, what the beginning of the game is that Raiden goes to Area 51 and rescues Sonny. He like busts Sonny out, but he gets caught by the villain of the story named Rexler. And Raiden has a partner in this story named Vesper. And when they get captured, Rexler makes Vesper cut Raiden open and like pull out his organs. And then when Raiden's like bleeding out, Rexler crushes his jaw with his hands, which is why Raiden has the robot jaw. And then it cuts to like a year later, and Raiden has the black armor that he has in this game, where he is being force-fed like memory suppressants, so he doesn't know who he is. And they kind of make him like Noel was in Portable Ops, where he's kind of just a mindless soldier. And Rexler is having Raiden deal with like a rebellion group that's trying to fight him. And the game was apparently gonna like remind you over and over again that the guys you're killing, because you're like, it's the same gameplay as this, where you were like chopping them up, and these were humans at the time. They weren't cyborgs. These ones were humans, so there was a lot of blood. But Raiden's just chopping them up, slicing and dicing them, and the game is reminding you constantly that these are the good guys, that you're just slaughtering them. But eventually, Raiden will come across an enemy from the rebels that's like a psychic, and he projects himself as Snake, and he kind of tells Raiden the opposite, like, of what Snake told him at the end of Metal Gear 2. Ray basically says stuff along the lines where, like, Raiden, you're a puppet for the Patriots. That's all you ever should have been. That's all you ever will be. And hearing this from Snake, when it's like the verbatim exact opposite thing that Snake would ever say, kind of starts shaking his memory loose. Where he's like, no, that's like not right. That doesn't make sense. And eventually, he restores his memory, and him and Vesper break out. And he goes to the guy who invented the original Metal Gear. I forget his name. It's like Dr. Morvo or something. But the guy who invented Metal Gear 2 for the original like Super Nintendo games. He meets that doctor, so it's just like first time returning to the series, and that doctor built his white cyborg body that we have, and it was supposed to be how like when he was wearing the black armor, he was a villain, but now that he's wearing the white armor, he's like fighting for justice and stuff again. And that's kind of like as far as it got. Like there's no more info beyond that, but like we just have a bunch of like concept art and other things beyond that. Like there was a mechanic called wolf riding, where Crying Wolf's wolf, the one she uses like armor, was like a mount Raiden could ride around on and like attack people with. Like he could just use it, which got repurposed into Blade Wolf. The Metal Gear at the end of this one was also on the concept art for Solid Rising, but it didn't have the Desperado colors, obviously. And for Maverick, Boris actually existed in the concept art. Like, Boris was actually somebody you're supposed to link up with early on in the game, and you actually work together throughout Metal Gear Solid Rising. And Boris actually at one point was supposed to pilot one of the enemies we fight in this game, with a mech with like 3 shields that I have to cut up. Boris was supposed to pilot that to help Raiden at one point in the fight, but beyond that, we kind of like we don't have any more info. The Mastiffs, the big robots that have the machine gun arms that I fight in the sewer, they were also early concept art. You can tell that from the trailer, the reveal trailer, that they were like around from the beginning. But other than that, that's kind of all the info we had for Metal Gear Rising. Everything else just kind of like faded away, which is a shame. I would really have liked to seen the story, but from the sound of it, the gameplay just wasn't really yeah, pretty much everything besides the story was scary. That guy, that's the guy I'm talking about. That was something that didn't have most of the story ironed out. Yeah, a lot of it was like not really like figured out, and they kind of never got around to figuring it out. But I was very interested in the concept of Raiden fighting the Patriots to go save Sunny. I really wanted to see that, and I'm still hoping it'll come to life somehow. I don't know how, but if it ever does, that'd be cool. Oh, another difficulty they faced was balancing stealth and action too, apparently. Like, they couldn't figure out how to do that either, and this game kind of just didn't even try to, which is funny. Need the vision cones. I don't know where they're looking. Feels like how I love New Vegas, but still wish Van Buren happened. What's Van Buren? Also, yeah, I prefer that we got this, because this game is great, but... Wait, can I not stealth kill this guy? Oh, I can. That guy saw me do that. He was like, what the fuck was that? What was the original plan for Fallout 3 for us to control Fallout? They used to be leftover ideas to make me... Oh! Why you teleport upstairs? That's what I'm wondering. I never heard about Van Buren before. That's interesting. Ah, fuck, he left it on me. I went too far. Ah. I hate getting grabbed by them. Carol, don't go into the light! Fuck. I'm sorry, Ow, I can't see! This is a bad spot to fight them! I feel like they're gonna take him. Oh, he died. Ah. I really didn't shake his stick fast enough for you? Oof. Oofies, that Hoyt. The big thing is how Caesar's Legion was supposed to be a bit more ambiguous, morally ambiguous.
We intercepted call for backup during your last fight. The caller's position is on your Soliton radar.
I really don't
You
want
can
to fight.
engage if you wish. It is your choice.
I should, but I don't want to. But I'm gonna, because I need healing. They're brutal and took control, but this battalion might be necessary to combat the apocalypse, and the idea was that you get to hear how truthfully awful some of the places they could take over before they got there. Why didn't they do that? That sounds like a great idea. What the fuck? Because I never see a point in doing a Caesar's Legion run. It's so not, like, great. Extremely limited dev time? That's a shame. They did 8 months for development? That's fucking nuts. What the hell? I forgot how to eat my paste. There we go. Never got that before? Dude, I suck at this game. So a huge chunk of the assets were reused from 3. Oh, interesting. That's pretty cool. Alright, who's the backup? Who's gonna kill
You're
me?
under attack!
Oh my god. I'm on fire! Oh, hi, Bathwater. I love the Legion. Why? Are you dumb?
Get off!
I like killing the tribal savages. What? Bathwater. That's fucked up.
They keep on coming!
Oh, fuck. I don't know why I got the talk. Sorry. Panic response. Where the fuck did these guys come from? Where's the little... Ah! Ah! Fuck you, little guy. Oh, there's a prompt? Ah! Ah, I missed the prompt because the little guy grabbed me. Oh, there's a bunch of little guys piloting this. Oh god, there's more. Oh god. I thought they were going to be like, oh fuck. Oh shit, man, I'm not going out for this. camera angle, can you stay facing the fucking enemy? I keep getting backshotted. Ow. Fighting two of these fuckers with one of them off screen is impossible. But somehow I make it work, baby. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah!
Bullseye!
That's gotta be all of them, right?
Good, Raiden. Very good.
Cool, cool, cool. Alright, let's listen to more coded calls, huh?
That kid said he's from Guyana. That's on the Caribbean side of South America, right? Know anything about it?
A little, though I'm more of an expert on Africa than the Americas. To be exact, Guyana's sandwiched between Venezuela and Suriname, with Brazil on its southern border. Of course, the Venezuelan border is sheer rainforest. There aren't even any roads through it.
My
You have
head
to cross
fucking
the
hurts,
Guyana
man.
Shield to
I
get
got
to
a
Brazil,
headache, I don't
too.
know why.
So it's pretty isolated from the rest of the continent.
Most inland connections run through Suriname, opposite of Venezuela. Beyond Suriname is French Guyana. The three countries are referred to as the Guyanas, and the entire region's got its own unique culture sphere.
The Guyanas. I've heard the name, but I don't really know it at all.
Same here. I do know the region's a lot smaller than Brazil, or even Venezuela for that matter. As you know, most South American countries have Spanish as their official language. Brazil uses Portuguese. Guyana, though, uses English. Suriname uses Dutch, and French Guyana uses French, naturally.
A kind of divide and conquer approach to colonialism, huh?
Yeah. They're all independent now except French Guyana, though. Sort of like what you see in Africa. I did some research after you met George. Culturally, at least, Guyana's
the
more
kid's name's
Caribbean than South American.
Yeah?
I
He looked a little Asian to me.
There's a lot of immigrants from India living there. They were both British colonies, after all. It's a lot more influence from the UK than India, though. I mean, look at George's name, after all.
An English-speaking South American of Indian background.
Everything good over there, Raiden? You, don't seem like you're in much of a hurry.
Give me some time. I've got a lot of intel to gather.
Well, there's no rush, dude.
Speaking
Like,
of
what?
which,
Those kids are
I'd
gonna get
better
turned
get
into
going.
brain jars?
Riding out.
Like, it's not a big deal.
Those brains are from the street kids they picked up in Central and South America, right? Abducted by traffickers and sold to Desperado.
Right. And now it looks like they're selling off their organs.
That part of the world's full of homeless kids.
True. Though really just about every nation's full of them. Except the richest ones, that is. You see a lot of them across the African and Asian continents, too. Estimates put the worldwide number of homeless children at anywhere from tens to hundreds of millions.
That's
Kind of a
crazy.
broad range. I guess it's hard to do solid research in the kinds of places where you'd find them.
True enough. The way the Human Rights NGO put it, though, it's hard to define what a street child is. There's lots of different types. Some are on the street because they ran away from home, but really they can return any time. Some work on the street but go home at night. And some kids literally live on the street with no family.
Go home at night? Those kids still count as street children?
Well, the point is that there's no set definition. Everyone involved has their own take on the issue. Without a clear definition,
I feel like if they go
estimates
home, they
inevitably
shouldn't
end
die
up all
street
over the
kids.
map.
I don't know.
Makes sense.
If you're going to talk about street kids, though, I think you need to differentiate. There are the kids who live on the street and the ones that just work it. Little things can make a huge difference if you've got a home and a family to fall back on. Even if you're just running a fruit stand or shoe shine operation. Kind of presumptuous for me to say which is better, I guess, but you can't just ignore that aspect.
Yeah. It's hard to imagine how helpless you feel when you've got no one to fall back on.
Yeah. Opinions similarly divided on the child labor issue, too. Some say all underage labor should be banned. Others think the decision should be left up to the family. I mean, sure, kids shouldn't be exploited or pressed into military service. If
Well, hold
nothing
on.
else,
Let's
the right to
explore
an
our
education's
options.
got to be protected.
I turned out
But
fine.
Should a kid be
me
banned
right
from helping out at his dad's store? What if a family's so desperate that it would starve without the money their children bring in?
Yeah, it's definitely not cut and dry. Hey, Kev. You have anything on that sword Sam was using? Didn't seem like your garden variety high-frequency blade.
One of your
It's not.
handwriting?
It's a samurai sword. The real deal. 16th century make, handed down in his family ever since. Sam had it recast as a high-frequency blade. Doesn't say by who.
Is this something I need to worry about?
Maybe. You know the basics of sword making, right? The harder the metal, the better it cuts, but also the more brittle it is. So a sword's gotta be sturdy, but also just pliable enough to absorb shock without breaking. Walking that line, striking that balance, that's what makes sword crafting an art. Japanese swords fuse different types of iron, each with different amounts of carbon. Different levels of flexibility, in other words. So the blade can be tough and razor sharp.
And that gets multiplied when the sword gets the HF treatment?
Yeah. Basically, the
What about Crunchy
high-frequency
Man? Mix
upgrade
with sweet
sets
tea
the
and on
blade
your Southern
vibrating
Homeland. Yeah, go
really,
for
really
it. I actually
fast,
don't like
right?
sweet tea though. So
That
no.
vibration acts on the electron shells of atoms in the sword and the local
But I
electromagnetic
gotta go for
field.
it. Not
When the
because of
EMF achieves resonance, the blade's bonding is strengthened. At a quantum level, it's like the entire sword
Make
is
the
made up of
tea,
the
but you
exact
have to knock
same
yourself
particle
out.
type. It also disrupts any atoms it comes into contact with. Say, those that make up the target. Their electron clouds shrink from exposure to quantum decoherence at the Planck scale. In other words, it electrically severs the bonds that keep the target's atoms together.
You lost me around the EMF part.
And that's the dumbed down explanation.
You think I'm a
To
fucking
be
idiot,
honest,
Kevin?
even I don't understand all the details. Point is, an HF upgrade is like an amplifier. It multiplies what's already there. So Sam's badass blade might give him the edge. I mean, you know what I mean.
The original sword was really that good?
Sounds like it. Says here it's a Murasama blade.
Murasama. Sounds
Like in
familiar.
my Final Fantasy
One
game.
of the top 10 best-known sword makers worldwide. Easy. In Japan, he is legendary. They say his swords thirst for blood. That they choose who will wield them. You know, that sort of thing.
Ooh, now I really am scared.
I know, right?
Where the hell did Desperado
I like
get all
Kevin. I
these
think Kevin's
cyborgs
cool.
anyway, Kev?
Hard to say. They're not as rare as they once were, but still. Of all registered PMC troops, we're still talking what? 3% have enhancements? Maybe 5% tops. Mostly career military who got hurt on the battlefield one way or another. Getting their arms or legs back lets them keep earning a living. But most able-bodied soldiers are still reluctant to sacrifice their own healthy body parts. Plus, the surgery is highly specialized. Expensive as hell. Not to mention maintenance costs after that. Unless insurance is footing the bill, most guys couldn't afford enhancements even if they wanted to.
Maverick's got some cyborgs. What's their story? They all wounded in action?
Mostly. I heard a few saved up and paid for it themselves, but just a few. There is this one crazy blonde guy, though. I heard he asked for a full body conversion.
What?
The Patriots didn't leave me much of a body to begin with.
Oh, wait.
I just had Herr Doctor finish what they started.
You know I'm just giving you shit, man. Anyway, yeah. Looking at the numbers, cyborg soldiers are still a pretty small minority. Not really surprising when only contractors in developed countries are offered insurance. Third world soldiers get hurt out on the field, and that's all she wrote. They can't work as a merc anymore. Most times, they can't really work at all.
Well, Desperado's up to something, 'cause cyborgs are definitely not in the minority here.
I've heard of some PMCs covering the cost of the surgery for their disabled. The mercs get their career back, sure, but the PMCs aren't exactly running a charity. These guys have to work to pay it off until the company at least breaks even on them. Any cyborg breaks his contract early would probably be in debt for the rest of his life.
You think that's Desperado's MO?
I can't prove it, but sure as hell wouldn't surprise me.
So what kind of deal does Maverick offer its contractors?
Oh yeah, I forgot you're full-time too. You never contracted with us?
Nope. Boris invited me on board the first time we talked about it. We've known each other since Area 51. Didn't have any reason to
These are
turn him
talking
down,
about
so
the concept
yeah,
of Metal Gear Solid
never
Rising
really
story.
considered the contract route.
Right. Well, it's actually pretty rare for guys on the ground like you to be full-timers. Most of Maverick soldiers are contractors, just like with any other PMC. It just makes sense. After all, it's never the same job twice in this business. Each mission has its own requirements. Force size, skill set, all that crap. So generally, we contract out on a per-mission basis, or a fixed schedule for longer jobs. A lot of U.S. companies are doing it that way lately, not just PMCs. Besides, a good contractor can earn more than most regular full-time employees. Definitely a hell of a lot more than regular military.
And if they want to quit, can they get out of their contract?
Yep. Of course, just up and quitting right in the middle of a mission would cause problems. Just like any other job, you know? We'd want some notice to settle on a new end date, but hold up. You're not thinking of leaving us, are you?
Just curious. You still busy with all that other work, Kev?
You know me, man. Kev of all trades. I got a lot
So
on my
far, I
plate.
kind of want a PMC.
Briefing prep,
What do you want
arms
with PMC
procurement,
though?
client negotiation, HR, biz dev, accounting, you name it. Lately, though, I've been focusing more on sales and on-site coordination. Oh, and advisor work like this.
Never sleep, do you?
Things have been better since Courtney joined up, at least.
Make some money. I'm sure there's easier ways to do that.
Miss Trawl mentioned someone from her past.
Oh, we already
Any
did.
idea?
No, definitely.
No, maybe
If
that.
yeah, they're probably.
I can't believe what they're doing in there. Guess I shouldn't be so surprised, huh?
Guess not.
Are you gonna help them?
No other choice.
I'll try to help look for someplace that might take them in.
Or is very profitable. Yeah,
Least
but
I can
also,
do.
you know, probably
Did you want to save your
die.
data? Okay, save complete. Don't let your guard down, okay? By the way, I didn't know you spoke Spanish.
I've got the U.S. Army to thank for that. I was in a group called Foxhound, although it doesn't exist on paper. We were isolated from the other soldiers. Day after day of VR training.
I heard about that.
Fun fact,
It's not
Asuka
like it
from
was all VR,
Neon
though.
Genesis
Special
Evangelion
Forces guys
went through the
need
same
advanced
training
physical
Raiden
and
did.
communication skills.
We played a lot
I
of
had to do all
VR.
the basic training and language schoolwork, too. We even trained in the Afghan village set up at Fort Polk.
The Afghan village?
They built a mock urban area on a base in Louisiana for training purposes. It was a hell of a lot more realistic than the VR training we had back then. Nothing compared to cyborg training, though. Having it jacked right in like that.
They say it's so realistic now you can feel your blade cutting through flesh.
Cool. It's pretty badass.
You know much about Guyana, Courtney?
Not really. I know the name, but don't ask me anything about what it's like.
You mean you haven't even tried the food?
Nope. No research trips this time. Besides, who knew we'd be running
When I hear
into any
Raiden did VR
Guyanese
training,
here?
all I imagine
I'm
now is him
looking
LARPing
now,
with
though.
his
Looks
furry
like a
fuck
lot of their
buddies in
diet
VR
is
chat because he's a
seafood.
twink. He's not
It's
a
a small
twink.
coastal nation, so it's probably
Everybody stop
easy to
calling him a
fresh
twink.
fish across the whole country. A lot of their dishes use Indian
Is he a twink?
spices. That's where a lot of their immigrants come from.
Fish with curry, huh? Sounds tasty. But maybe you could finish reading all about the food there after the mission.
Huh? Oh, it just, came up while I was reading up on Guyana in general.
Right. Well, let me know if you find anything actually useful.
Damn.
It just popped up in the search results, I swear.
I know Wesker's an evil twink. Really confirmed it. What? He's like super buff. How could he be an evil twink? You guys are calling anything a
Hey,
twink nowadays.
Raiden, where'd you get that hat you were wearing?
The sombrero? Well, picked it up at a souvenir store here. I guess I just kind of like the design. Also, when you're on a scout mission, it's vital that you use the local attire to blend into the
The correct term
background.
is twunk. I know. There's like a
yeah.
whole phase of people calling everything a
I
himbo
think it looked
too.
pretty good on you.
Like people would just throw labels
looked
on
like
anything.
some
Fuck
kind
it. Wesker is not a
mariachi
twink.
singer.
Oh, you think so?
Yep. Only that's kind of a problem too.
How so?
Well, I mean, that sombrero really is meant to be part of a mariachi costume. Mexicans don't wear hats like that normally.
You could
Come
argue
on.
he's
The guy at
slutty,
the
which
shop
he
told
is.
me I'd look just like a local.
But I would not call him a
Yeah,
twink.
local tourist, maybe. Look, you might see a lot of Mexican men wearing sombreros during their daily routines, but, nothing like that. They'd go for something a lot more simple and compact. Something not all that different from cowboy hats in the Old West.
Are you sure?
I don't know if it's true or not, but I have heard one theory about the modern cowboy hat. They say it's based on the sombreros the original Western settlers brought from Mexico. Of course, cowboy hats come in all shapes and sizes, so you can't really say a specific one's the cowboy hat.
Huh.
I can.
Well, now I know why
I'll
the locals were
decide.
so eager to get a look at me.
That wasn't the hat.
Actually, there's a lot of people who wore cowboy hats back where I'm from. Over sombreros.
By the way,
Nobody really
Raiden,
wears
have you
sombreros
ever
unless they're a
eaten
mariachi band.
nopalitos? They're typically called nopales.
Huh. Oh, like that street vendor was selling. Nope. No pales.
Well, that's too bad. You really ought to try some while you're in the area.
Yeah, but it's from a cactus, right? Doesn't it taste all thin and watery?
Not at all. It's kind of like the flesh
They're
of
talking
aloe
about
vera
what Big Boss
leaves
is
or
probably doing in
the
Vietnam.
seaweed used
Some
in Japanese
crazy
cooking.
shit, probably.
It's got this really
That guy was
soft
nuts
but
bath water.
crunchy
I don't want you hanging
texture,
out with
and
him.
it's really versatile. You can eat nopales as is in a salad, saute them, stir fry them with steak, put them in tacos. You can even toss them in a blender to make some juice.
I had no idea.
Tell
Like before
me about
Snake
it.
Eater.
I got hooked after Boris took me to this one Mexican
Wasn't he? Wouldn't he just
restaurant.
be a soldier?
After that, I just had to learn more about them. Ooh, for example, they're really low in calories. They also have lots of soluble and insoluble fiber, which not only promotes digestion, but is great for maintaining healthy cholesterol and blood pressure levels. It's even thought to help prevent intestinal cancer. It's packed with healthy stuff too, like vitamins B and C, potassium, and iron.
Okay, I get it. It's good for you. So how does it taste?
Huh? I just told you.
Never mind. Probably can't capture any food down here anyway.
That's a Snake
Not
Eater
that I'd need
reference.
to.
Ah!
My muscles run on fuel cells, and I've got enough blood sugar to keep my brain running for
That's
another
taste
week.
paramedic, and paramedic's
Well,
like,
you can still eat though, right?
Yep.
So, how about we all go out for Mexican once you're done? Food's a lot more than just an energy supply, you know? It's meant to be enjoyed.
With that, I agree.
fucking love that game. If he was a Green Beret, he would have been training ethnic and religious minorities for defense against Viet Cong. Oh, well, that's what you mean. Oh. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, that'd be pretty. Yeah, because he was Green Beret before he joined the Big Boss's group.
Right.
Or her, like,
What you
training
said
regimen.
before about your sword being a tool of justice, I just want to say I agree 100%.
It was badass, right?
I wish
And not
all
cringe at
PMCs
all.
thought that way.
Glad to hear you say that.
You mentioned it was part of some samurai code?
Yeah. I didn't grow up using a sword. I fell into it by chance, during a mission. After that, I decided to train with the HF blade. I studied a lot of samurai techniques. I really got into it. Started learning more and more about ancient Japan and the samurai code. I tore through stacks of books, movies, anything I could get my hands on.
Somehow hard to imagine you settling in with a big bucket of popcorn.
What? A cyborg can't have hobbies?
Makes sense when you do so
I'll
much
have
stuff when
you
making
know
the
I'm
games. Yeah,
actually a
yeah, that does
huge
make that
movie
tricks a
buff.
lot, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's where you picked up this Sword of Justice creed?
Yeah. Most of it from a single master named Munenori Yagyu. He founded a school of swordsmanship on the idea that violence can be necessary for the greater good. He called it Katsujinken, the life-giving sword.
Yeah, Raiden's
Yagyu
a weeb,
believed
you guys,
power
if
isn't
that hadn't
evil
come
in
across
itself.
yet.
It's how it's applied.
I don't know how it
that
hadn't,
matters.
like, how would
As
you not
time
know he's a
went
weeb?
on,
But he's definitely he's a weeb.
Katsujinken incorporated deterrence. It took on the meaning of winning without fighting. Or as I like to say, one sword keeps another in the sheath. That's from George Herbert. He was an English priest, 17th century, almost the same era as Yagyu.
Huh. It's a universal idea, I guess.
You could frame the same message as use of a necessary evil, but I think it's a good mindset for any PMC,
At least as long as there's fighting that requires us in the first place.
which doesn't seem likely to change anytime soon.
You know, I have to hand it to you guys. Cyborgs are just amazing to me.
Hajime
So
no
much
Kami?
power and speed.
That's a real guy? I
It's
thought
not all
Raiden just
gravy.
made him up to impress Courtney.
No? How so?
Well, things have improved a lot in the past few years.
Oh, is he sapping now? No, you
But
don't
back
see
when I was
sapping.
modded for the first time,
No, keep
keeping
yapping, actually. It
artificial
makes my
blood
stream look
free
better
of
when the chat's
impurities was a
moving.
huge hassle.
Everybody
Artificial
talk all the
muscles
time,
needed
always.
constant flow of oxygen from a blood source, just like the real thing. But it was a challenge getting the kidney units as small as they needed to be. We all had to undergo routine dialysis.
Sounds rough.
Used to be even worse back when
Fine.
Dr. Clark was still experimenting. Bad nerve connections would screw with the test subject's pain receptors. It was torture. Compared to that, I had it pretty easy.
It wasn't until recently that you could eat and drink like normal people, right?
That's right.
We generally use glucose-based nutrient packs
Generally,
to
I
keep
just
the
shit
brain
myself.
running. But we can absorb nutrients orally now, too. Whatever we eat's broken down by nanomachines. and we have taste sensors as well. It's not exactly like it was before. The difference is, I can turn those sensors off if I don't need them. That's been surprisingly useful.
So cyborgs can live pretty much normal lives now?
Well, getting there. We still need fuel cells and nutrition packs, not to mention regular maintenance. It's a lot of dough. Of course, another big problem's how other people look at you.
How do you mean?
There was a time when I wore artificial skin. Tried to look as close to normal as possible. I've still got some now, on my face. The tech at the time wasn't great. You still looked pretty unnatural. Maybe you could fool someone from far away, but up close, even a baby could tell I wasn't human. Going out shopping or whatever,
I hate babies
you
who
could
can
feel
tell
all
I'm not
those eyes
human.
on you. I tried to find something to do other than fight.
Yeah, but
Looking
the
like I
is just
did
sort of
got me
people
2
opposite
strikes
of
pretty much as
Miyamoto
soon
and
as I walked
Musashi.
through the door.
Sounds terrible.
Musashi was a dirty
Well,
much psycho.
you appreciated it when
Is
people were
that a
honest
fake
about
character
it, at
also?
least.
Like, are they in
But
fake?
when they were too polite to just say so, that was rough. Things are getting better these days, though. Artificial skin's improved a lot.
Yeah, well,
You don't
there
get
is.
so
I know
many stares now
Musashi
that the
is.
general public knows
Because
about
she's like the
cyborgs.
hot dual
Maybe I
wielding
should
one that
look
has the
into the
American
cyborg
bikinis
thing,
all the
huh?
time.
I could eat whatever I want,
Great
whenever
design.
I want.
Good choice. I never heard of the other one though.
Probably cheaper just getting lipo, Courtney.
Jerk.
Courtney, there's something I'd like your opinion on.
What's up?
It's how I replenish my electrolytes. I'm basically feeding off these cyborgs.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty dope record.
That. I don't really see any better options, to be honest. I doubt your old body would have stood up against the Desperado Captains or Jetstream Sam. And if we fail here, it's not only bad for us, but for our clients and all of Sukumi.
Yeah, you're right.
Besides, it's like you say, no one's forcing them to be here. They chose to throw in with the terrorists.
Yeah.
Look, I won't lie. I don't feel great about it. But in the scheme of things, yes, I think it's justified.
Thanks. I guess it's never black and white in this business, is it?
No. No, it's not.
Only in her berserk form, the form was actually meant to see Samurai remnants, and she introduced herself as Yori because she's embarrassed about creating a singularity by eating udon out of a holy grail. Oh.
Do you and Kevin work a lot together, Raiden?
Well, Maverick's not that big. Unless you're a short-term contractor, you tend to work with the same guys.
That's goofy.
Last job we were on together, I was hired by the Carabinieri to track down 3 Albanian mafiosos. They'd fled Italy for Montenegro, and I had to bring them back. It wasn't easy. All 3 of them had cybernetic upgrades. Without Kev, I could have been in serious trouble.
He was with an NGO before Maverick, I think, handling disarmament work for the UN.
Yeah. He and Boris met while working together to resolve a conflict in Africa. They hit it off. So when Boris gave him a job opportunity, he took it.
I kind of wonder why. We're pretty much the opposite of a disarmament outfit.
3 things are needed after a conflict: disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration into society.
Oh.
That's the way it usually goes. I guess Kevin felt like the process was getting to be a joke. Even if the UN taps the group that caused the conflict for post-war cleanup, there's no way of ensuring their sincere cooperation. There's always a chance they'll underreport the number of soldiers they've got on hand.
That, or they only disarm the useless parts of their force. The ones with outdated weapons and gear.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they can hide their standing force, the one with all the up-to-date weaponry, from the UN. Afghanistan saw a lot of that, since the wars were all waged by rival military cliques. Anyway, Kev saw that happening on a daily basis in Africa. Guess he just wanted a job where he had a firmer grasp on what was going on.
Sorry, my
And
first
then
stream.
along comes Boris. Kev had to think it over for a while, sure. But, well, here we all are.
PMCs are going to need more people like him. And me too, I guess. You know, civilian viewpoints.
Couldn't agree more.
Alright, that's enough of Codex for now, because there's so many. We could do like a whole stream, I think that's just codec calls. I forget what my I button is sometimes. There's supposed to
Right.
be a
I
way.
have determined the approximate location of the lab based on the boy's information. It is marked on your
Bullshit, you
Soliton
spotted me.
radar.
Ow. Fuck, I hate fighting two of these things. The camera doesn't like it either. Fuck you.
Get off!
I also hate the fire moves. These things are annoying. Stop, right into the thing. Oh, third one. Hello. Wait, he didn't know I was here? I could have stealth attacked him for some reason.
Get off!
Oh, hi. Hi, fourth one. Ah. Their flamethrower is so annoying, man. Do the fucking thing right. Okay. I don't like those guys. Those guys are annoying to fight. Haste. Yeah. I fucking love glue. There's apparently supposed to be a way where I can use the Zandatsu without wasting my meter. I don't know how to do it though. Oh, this sword just like vanishes out of my hand because I still have it on my back. Right, I have like Raiden's actual sword on his back. Hello.
Get off!
Right.
I
have
missed-
discovered the entrance to the lab.
I missed one of those
Sending
guys in the
coordinates
first
to your
mission.
Soliton radar.
But there's guys hiding in cardboard boxes that you could just like find and kill for fun. Oh. The door's in the way still. I think it wants me to use the box to get by these, but I have a rocket launcher. It's just as good. Better, some would argue. Not me though, man. I don't want to argue anymore. Let's just get along. I just want this relationship to work out, dude. I'm tired of arguing, whatever you say. Maybe if we have a kid, it'll fix things. Why did they give me another box? Did my box get destroyed? Button. Yes.
Ah, this would appear to be the UG maintenance area. You should find a terminal there. Something they use to upload mission parameters to the UGs.
And something I can use to access the lab's main server?
Perhaps. But
I don't
first
know.
you need to take a dump.
Wait, what?
A dump? A digital optical output mounted proxy.
Doctor, you know what you're
You'll
doing.
need
Don't
one to
act
interface
cute.
with the terminal. Most any UG should suffice. A tripod or the like.
I'll see what I can come up with. How do I use it?
Simply connect to it. You should be able to use your communications outlet to control the proxy UG.
Alright, let's give it a shot.
Doctor's gonna hang up and be like, hee, I said dupe. Hee. By the way, I mentioned it earlier, but I was having technical issues, and I believe the culprit was Street Fighter 6, like, updating. Which is really funny, because the update has really devastated a lot of people. Because of the new character Alex, and some of the backstory stuff they decided to give him. Alex was a character based off of Hulk Hogan. And they basically, like, Kenny Omega did, like, the new motion capture for him, and they tried to turn him into Kenny Omega.
Right. I thought you said stealth ops were your specialty.
I stuffed him with him. Oh, that I don't remember that happening. Ow. Oh my god, get me out of this fucking corner. Where am I? Oh Jesus. Fuck, kind of. Okay, the thing about Alex. So Alex was a wrestling character based off of Hulk Hogan when he first came out. He was very beloved in Street Fighter Third Strike. Everybody liked playing him because he was cool. He was a good grappler character. And he had style and stuff. He finally came back. He was in Street Fighter 5, but he finally came back in a big way, and everybody was really excited for it. He has 2 theme songs too. Like, he was like really like just a big deal of this guy coming back to the game. And Bathwater might get a kick out of this, but his storyline was that he was adopted by a family, and he basically grew up alongside their youngest daughter. And the youngest daughter was like his sister to him. And people were like, that's cool, like they're siblings, we love them, they're awesome. They revealed that they actually are related. They are blood siblings, well, second cousins. They're second cousins, they are related, but Alex made her pregnant anyway, and people were like, why? And now everybody's calling him cousin fucker. Ew. You know what? Legitimately just forgot. I have the double trigger mode already. I forgot I had access to that at the start of the game because I'm a new game player. Are you blowing yourself up, sir? I didn't know that guy had a special arm.
Get off!
Oh, Jesus. Ah, Jiminy Crickets. Ow. I really like this game's like core mechanic of the cut and take. Because whenever I feel like I'm about to die, I'll come back as an easy as doing one of these. It's a really cool idea. Oh. Get out of here. Do I go back into the brain room? What's up with this?
Is it over?
For now, yeah. But that room, those were cyborg brain casings.
Duh. We saw.
George said they were harvesting organs from kids.
Yes. This must be why they are trafficking children. Perhaps other organs are being sold elsewhere, but they are definitely taking the brains.
Jesus. Are they making these kids into cyborgs?
Wait, the cyborgs you've been fighting, did they seem like they might be kids?
No,
You
they
said
fight
earlier
fucking
that child
tough.
soldiers have a telltale approach to combat.
Yeah, but I didn't see it here. Those weren't kids.
So, what? Desperados just doing the surgeries there?
We've got to do something about all those brains. And the other kids George was talking about. He just escaped a few hours ago. They couldn't have taken all their brains out that fast.
They could, that's
True.
what, that's what.
There could still be a bunch of kids they haven't touched yet.
I better move.
I won't let anybody touch any more kids.
Probably best you stay out of there. We don't want to risk harming any of the brains.
Well, I just wanted to look at them. They're freaky. I thought it was cool. I'm a dwarf gecko now. I'm roly-poly-oly.
Haha, splendid! It is all ours. Now, use it to locate a data input terminal.
These guys are pretty jumpy now. Any funny business, and they might just open fire.
Try latching onto cyborgs' heads from behind. Then, an electric shock should knock them unconscious.
Way ahead of you, Doc. Bitch. I'm hot dog around here. I'm Haas. Bitch. Dude, if I ever got tasered, I hope I go down with like a masculine cool stream and not like a little like sissy one like eh. I wanna get tasered and I wanna go down like Well, I don't want to get tasered. Hold on, let me rephrase that. Preferably, I don't get tasered at all, but like if it does happen. Oli, oli, oli. I tricked them into celebrating and then I fucking slapped them to death. Isn't that cool? I am manipulative. Ow. Fuck. You turn around this way. Fuck. Turn back the other way. Yes, you fucking idiot. Get ready to die. You should never give me your back. Take this! B? I did that like perfectly.
That terminal is most likely designed to download mission data and such into the UGs. Let's try using it to access the lab server.
Always happens, dude. Always happens. You gotta twist it around.
Raiden, I found something. In one of the Sentry Cyborg's visual logs. Guess who shows up?
Patch it through.
Right away.
Fucking wait, we're gonna see Santa Claus. Oh my god.
Send us what you do have.
Ow.
Already commenced the outline.
It's just Sundowner.
Sears program? Yep. Same one old Georgie boy used on the kids in Liberia. Of course, it's right straight to the brain now. Feels as real as anything else. Your work is astonishing. And your work is late. We need to shit before our cover is blown. We've got some assholes snooping around.
We just do not have the full quantity yet. Each brain has its own unique requirements. It's not like we can just pop them out with an ice cream scoop. All right. Make your point. Oh, thank you for understanding.
Why do they have such shit quality for their head cams?
I'll destroy any unharvested inventory.
Okay? But have you any idea what they cost?
Last I checked, children weren't exactly rare in this part of the world. Millions of them, in fact.
Is that a different voice actor for Armstrong? It doesn't sound like he sounds at the end of the
They
game.
lead lives of hunger and pain. We're performing a service here for them and the cities they burden.
But just gathering the donors required a significant investment.
Yes, you'll get the money. Accounting will be in touch.
Gracias. I assure you we will dispose of our inventory the instant we can confirm payment.
Are we done here? I've got a full slate today. Tecumseh is a demanding mistress, and America has suffered long enough.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Let me see you out.
You see that, Kev? Imani's killer.
Desperado's chief of operations goes by Sundowner, the Californian wildfire.
The kids.
Think we're too late?
Only one way to find out. George was still alive. Maybe the payment hasn't come through yet.
Maybe. But you heard what he said. They've already started some brains on VR training.
There must be more than just what I found here. What about the VIP in the suit?
I'll find out. He definitely seemed familiar.
Right. I'm going after the kids.
Oh, right. They woke up. I appreciate how tough that little guy was, because he was like, I got this. I'll defeat Raiden. Fucked up. I don't even gotta be doing this. Like, I don't think they get up, or I could just leave the room before they ever do, but... Wait, who moved this body? I didn't cover that.
Get off!
Why'd he get up? That guy was pretending to be asleep. Shouldn't have done that. Yellow?
Bad news, Raiden. We can't find George.
Oh, no.
What?
Maybe the coordinates you sent us were off?
No way. I merged the GPS location of our entry with all my movement data from that point on.
This is bad.
You think they got to him first?
I don't know. I'll have our guys sweep the area.
Thanks. I better keep moving.
What happened to little George? This cannot be. Oh, I think this is the room where we were supposed to first encounter the big, these ones. That's why they have a cutscene. These guys. This is also supposed to be the mech that Morris would have used to help Lightning in Metal Gear Solid Rising.
The bastard is blocking the way. Push that thing back.
I'm trying, but this was hurt, dude.
It has switched to biped mode. Careful. It is whole new battle now.
Ow, 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 ow. He's fucking me up. What happened? I'm not sure. Oh, this is another one. I was like, why am I turned around for no reason? That's nano paste, I need that. I died. Oh good, this one has a health bar? I don't think the other one has a health bar. I think I should have been fighting that one first. Yeah, this one's dying a lot easier. Yeah, I could have made this way easier on myself. I'll just focus on this guy first. Oops.
Get off!
Yeah, it was still A-rank. The game still thinks I'm cool, unlike Sonic. The Sonic games think I fucking suck.
I knew I'd seen that guy before. Stephen Armstrong. As in Colorado Senator Stephen Armstrong.
Colorado.
They're already talking about him as a shoo-in for the nomination in 2020. And get this. 2 years ago, a federal grand jury investigated his ties to a certain private...
World Marshal. One of the biggest PMCs out there. I remember.
The biggest, ever since the Big Five split up. Not to mention the single largest investor in military cyborg R&D in the world. Guess that answers the question of who's backing Desperado.
Marshall and Desperado in bed together. Should make for some fun headlines.
Headlines? This is World Marshal and a U.S. Senator we're talking about. There won't be any headlines. Even without the Patriots filter, no major media outlet will investigate allegations like these. It'd be financial and political suicide.
So we just what? Sit back while they keep carving up kids, stand aside while they build an army of cyborgs? You heard them. We shut down one lab, they build another. They're planning something big, Kev. We can't just wait for it to happen. We need to hit them first and hit them hard where it counts.
No, Raiden, no. I know what you're thinking, and just know. Colorado is in America, and America has these things called laws.
Mm-hmm. And law enforcement in Denver was privatized and farmed out to...
Marshall, yes, so what? There are still laws, and it's their headquarters, for Christ's sakes. You'd be heading right into the heart of a raging shitstorm.
I didn't say it would be easy. We'll figure it out once the kids are safe.
Jesus Christ. Kevin out.
I do like, because of the Coded Cause, we've seen a lot more of Kevin's character, so I do like how, like, the way they're bickering and stuff feels more like it makes sense. You know what I mean? I don't know what I mean. I never know what I mean, dude. I lost who I am a long time ago. Button. You guys think this will work? Actually, will this work? Because I've never used this. Fuck.
I got him.
Ah, fuck. That didn't even work like a little bit. Hi. Oh, you guys are big. The Hammer Bros are here. Maybe you weren't too slow. I wasn't too slow, Sky. Ow. Ow, ow. Ouch. He rocketed him. I didn't do that. That killed me? Fuck. I hate being killed. Oh, I couldn't even get his electrolytes because these assholes. Ah. You guys are nothing without your arms. Ow. Good shoulder check.
What's wrong?
I fucking died to guys without arms.
Raiden!
God, when they just put like one more of an annoying enemy, it gets so much more difficult. Go investigate that. You guys not care? There's a sexy lady here. A tiny green sexy lady. What are you guys, gay? Oh my god. I thought that was like an EMP. Bitch. Oh, this is not going well. This has what I need. That's just a grenade. Ah, they can throw grenades back. I blocked that. Come on. Fuck. The bad thing about that dodge is that it kind of keeps me like centered around them. So when there's more than one, I'll like dodge to the left of one, but it won't make me safe from another one. Doc, give it up, please.
What happened?
Are you
What is
fucking
going
kidding
on?
me? Why can't I cut his
Raiden,
goddamn... Oh, I
answer
did
me.
cut off his leg.
Raiden! Damn it.
Fuck, I hate the Hammer Bros. Alright, no more funny business. I don't get anything from there. Ah, that's funny. Fuck. God, the fucking camera is not helping. Fuck me. This is so tough. And I haven't gotten a single parry on. I'm trying to get time into the parry, but it's so tricky. When there's so much shit coming at you. That's all I needed. I got my comeback now. As long as I don't get hey, don't start using the fucking unblockables now.
What's wrong?
God damn, these fucking yellow attacks.
Raiden!
Oh. I think this is the most deaths I've had throughout the entire game so far. Fuck. That didn't do much. Ah.
Enemy sighted!
Can't parry all that. Like, actually, I can't. The parry takes too much time to recover for me to parry all of that. Fuck. The hammer swung through. Oh. You're still alive, dude? Give it up. God, he should have kept fighting even when he had like just one leg. Those guys are crazy. Those guys are harder than the boss. It's because they have those fucking unblockables.
An artificial blood cryopreserver. They must have begun preparatory freezing.
What do you mean?
That device is filled with synthetic blood plasma. It can slow the metabolism of a harvested organ, circulating this plasma to sustain oxygen levels. You can preserve an arm, a brain, any body part for several hours.
So what are they freezing, and why?
I could not say. Perhaps they plan to sell off the organs of the children they were told to dispose of.
Unbelievable.
You had best hurry, Raiden.
Right.
What's the rush, though? What's the rush? Because I feel like this is a good time for my protocols.
So World Marshal is backing Desperado,
You don't exactly sound surprised.
I did not catch it on the nose, but I did have a hunch it was this sort of thing.
Well, you're the boss. What do you think? Can we take them on?
What I think no longer matters here. As Kevin says, we have no legal grounds to stop them. And you? What would you have us do? Storm their headquarters? Kill them all? Will that make you feel better?
Maybe a
No,
little.
I mean, look, you heard him. They're already in VR training.
Raiden.
The Patriots may be gone, but it hasn't changed shit in the U.S. A handful of elites still get away with whatever the hell they want.
Raiden, calm down. Focus on rescuing the kids first. We will talk about this later.
Yeah. Copy that.
Raiden hates child soldiers. Nobody else should ever be a child soldier. Not
Anything
because
on
he's like
George yet?
empathy, but
No,
because like he's like I'm
I
the
think
only
maybe
child
they
soldier.
took him away.
Or worse.
Perhaps. Remember what that man said. There was matter of payment, but he doesn't need to wait for anything here. He can kill those prisoners anytime he wants. And as for escapees, they're more easily killed than captured.
Damn it! I knew I should have stayed with him until our guys showed up.
Raiden, the other children are not safe either. That payment may already have been made for all we know. And they know you're there, too. They may decide to simply dispose of children before they escape. You must hurry.
Must I? Must I really?
Anything on George yet?
No, I think maybe they took him away.
Or worse.
Perhaps. Remember what that man said. There was matter of payment, but he doesn't need to wait for anything here. He can kill—
Damn it!
Right, that they may—
Any sign of George?
Not yet, no. Our men have split up to canvass the area. You just worry about the kids in the lab for now.
Understood. What do we know about Armstrong?
Plenty. Texas born and raised, played quarterback at UT. He was slated for the pros, but wound up joining the Navy after graduating. Said he wanted to serve his country instead. After that, moved to Colorado. Served in the state senate before getting elected to federal office. But this can probably wait.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, right, the kids, right.
Any sign of George?
Not yet. Our men, you just...
I do like that they have like
Got anything on George?
context to the situation on the protocol. Like they are like reacting to what's
This is
going
my
on in the
fault.
game.
I could have stayed until someone came to pick him up.
Like they don't want to
Come on.
talk right now
Who
because
knows
Raiden
what
should
would
be in a
happen
hurry.
to the other kids in the meantime? Or even now, for that matter.
You're right. They're gonna be in even more danger soon enough. And there's a chance George is still safe. Somewhere.
Yeah. I'm sure he's fine.
I'd better move.
World Marshal. I never would have guessed it. I mean, they're huge. They advertise on TV with Hollywood celebs and everything.
Yeah. It builds their brand and influences how the mass media treats them. When a company's got nothing to sell and a huge ad campaign to sell it, that's usually a bad sign.
But... I don't know. I thought they were like us. I guess I thought they actually prided themselves on following international law, keeping people safe. A lot of their guys aren't even contractors. They help militaries with logistics support, that kind of thing. I mean, I went to college with people who have jobs there.
Sorry to hear that. Guess the ad campaign worked on them, huh?
So, what now?
First, we rescue those kids. After that, we talk things over with Boris and everyone else.
Gotcha. Okay, I'd better save your data, huh?
Yeah.
All right, save complete. Please be careful, Raiden.
Got anything on George?
Not yet.
I could.
Come on, we're even.
You're right. And there's.
Yeah.
I'd bet.
So, World Marshal was Desperado's benefactor all along, hmm? No wonder they were able to deploy cyborgs in such numbers against you.
If they'd already started putting those kids through VR training, is it possible I'm actually fighting some of them here?
From the sound of things, the VR program had only just gotten underway. The brain can only process so much stimuli at once. You can speed up VR training for a UG to some extent, but not for a cyborg. I sincerely doubt they could complete a full training program in such a short time.
Yeah. Most of my training in Liberia was on the field. But it took a few months before I was in any way useful in combat.
Indeed. I suppose you'd know more about how child soldiers fight than the rest of us here, Raiden.
Yeah. I guess I'd be able to tell if they were children. Kids do fight differently from adults.
Do they?
So,
I've never fought a
World
kid.
Marshal was Desperado's benefactor all along. No wonder.
If they... Is it...
From the brain,
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Desperado's backer has been identified. What will you do now, Raiden? Will you attempt to destroy World Marshal?
Kevin's right. It's not that simple.
Both a direct attack and a legal approach present problems. Either course will likely lead to additional conflict.
We can figure it out later.
For now, we're getting those kids out.
That remains your intent? I cannot fully agree with that course of action, but I will support your decision. I will continue to scout ahead. George is missing.
Yeah. I should have had you stay back and watch him.
I should have been more cautious as well.
Listen, you should head back to the sewer and help out with the search. I'm gonna keep moving.
Understood.
This does tell you also what Wolf's up to. 'Cause
Any
he never
luck
hangs out with
finding
you.
George?
No. I encountered the Maverick agents sent for him, but they had no additional information. You had best hurry, Raiden.
Right.
That's cool.
Any luck finding George?
No. You had...
Now you know he's actually back there also looking for George, which I didn't realize. I just kind of figured they didn't really account for what Blade Wolf was doing because it didn't matter.
Shit!
Quickly, eat gunpowder! Oh, hey, George.
George! Raiden!
You've heard of chloroform? A
No.
potent anesthetic in smaller doses. But breathe too much of it? And adios, muchachos! Bring that glass, and I'll blow his brains out!
Nice bluff, but you couldn't turn him into a brainchild soldier.
What decide? The needs of the many, or the needs of the few?
He's like, what?
Raiden! Don't worry about me now.
Quiet, pendejo!
This reminds me of that trolley problem.
Surrender! I won't ask again.
George, are you sure? I'm ready. Me life now so precious. Ting, what if we can take this skunt to hell with me?
Cállate!
That's all I needed to hear.
Stop it! Now! I'll kill him, I swear!
I wonder if George spawned from like some sort of Chico concept that they had. You know, there's that concept for Chico in 5. I wonder if there's anything, because what happened to Chico is kind of pretty reminiscent of what was going to happen to Raiden. Both never saw the light of day. I got a kebab. That's fucked that they make this also a downloadable item when I already, like, it's DLC, so presumably I already paid for it. Like, guys, can you just give me the fucking item, please? Like, I want it! It's so expensive, though. I'm Grey Fox now. Without the Grey Fox blade, because I'm cringe, though. God. Stop driving. Stop it.
Baffled by the statement. Police are still
Wouldn't laugh at him. No,
investigating
no.
the motive. President Hamilton is on his way to the Middle East this morning for his scheduled visit with Pakistani President Farouk Salam. The meeting is viewed as an attempt by the U.S. to strengthen relations amidst a surge of anti-American sentiment in the region.
Yo, me ninja brother.
George, good to see you up and about. How you feeling?
Never better, nah? No pain, no more for while them hunger space eat, and me never ever feel so awake, nah?
That's because your blood sugar levels are being maintained automatically. Beats the hell out of coffee.
Oh! Me been here you go while I got them scone in the base. Why the rasta you not take me with ya, huh?
Damn it, Doc. Sorry, kid. You'd just be in the way.
Aw.
Besides, I thought you didn't want to be a killer, right?
Me don't, but...
Killing isn't fun and games. Remember that.
Right.
That's pretty fun and pretty gamey. I love lying to people.
That's all I needed to hear.
It yearns to bathe in the blood of your enemies, but you hold it back.
Yeah, just remember that.
Why would you shoot me and then say over?
Private, what is this, Kernia? You cannot resign!
Sorry, Boris, it's done. Can't have a Maverick employee involved in a corporate raiding now, can we?
You could at least come talk to me.
No. It was time to break away from the old team, Boris. Past time.
You cannot take on Marshall
It's a twink, right? It's not a twink!
I won't sit by while they butcher little kids and ship their parts around like meat. It's sick.
It's not all so simple, Ryder. They import those brains legally. For medical purposes, it's all done.
Being legal doesn't make it right.
Right.
He's twonk? Yeah, that's more accurate.
Hold that thought.
Fuck you! I'm really sad now. This is what we mentioned earlier. Wait, do I not need batteries for my... Oh my god, because it's plugged in. Of course I don't. The batteries popped out. Hello. How you doing, Pancake? Pancake, I was playing Sonic yesterday and I was naming chows after people. I need to name a chow after you. Whittle Pancake.
I will patrol ahead.
Bye, Dusty.
Military Cyborg, you are not licensed to operate in this area. You're in violation of state and federal law.
Good thing I'm Gray Fox and not Raiden.
Arrest me,
They're like,
then.
what? Alright, this guy's pretty funny, alright.
183104.7, threatening a peace
Then for a little bit I was like, man, I knew what was going on when we were playing. Sonic Adventure. Well, the Chow Garden. But I ran into a bug that made me not able to continue that level anyway. I had to restart, but then I was like, fuck it. And Gray Fox. God, Gray Fox's design is so sick, dude. It's criminal that he's only in the fucking game as the scientist. It's actually kind of like funny how similar the design is to JOT. And I also really fucking love JOT, dude. Oh. And she plays one of the Enders. I never played the first one on Steam, but I have it on Xbox 360. So I can play the first one. It's not as good as the second one, but it's still pretty fun. The first one's basically just an Evangelion fan game. You think he's ever banged his wife and was hard you're riding these nuts? Nah. Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. Coward. I didn't do that. Ah! Hurt me more, Snake. Nice arms. Who's doing that? Who's got the full diaper?
What's wrong?
I fucking died. Gray Fox! Canonical. Let's stop here. Let's stop here because I died and I suck at this game and I can't do anything right and I'm gonna explode tonight. But also it's late. And I was like it's cold. So I'm really tired, like more so than usual. I need to go to bed because I'll be fucking like a zombie tomorrow if I don't sleep early. The cold weather is destroying me. My little boy powers. It is late, that's what I'm saying, Sky. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna go and raid Hersey. We haven't raided her in a minute. She played Resident Evil 4. I don't know if this is the remake or the original, but I love Resident Evil 4. It's probably one of my favorites. We'll be back tomorrow for I don't know what. Actually, I need to figure that out. I don't know. I didn't think about it this week. That's my bad. But I'll figure something. If anything, I will start off with like maybe Enfield dailies or something, and then see where we go from there. But yeah, I don't actually have a plan for tomorrow, so we'll see. Yeah, as always, you guys think this much hanging out. I appreciate it, and I'll see you all tomorrow for fucking something. Oh wait, no, we gotta go. Goodbye, goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, I'll miss you guys. Okay, mwah, kisses. Mwah, mwah. I got my account back and pulled the boss. I don't know what you're talking about. But whatever it is, you shouldn't have your account. Bye, everyone.